It doesn't matter what kind of university student you are or what you're going to study. If you're going to university in 2019 or even early 2020, chances are you're going to need a brand new laptop right now. What's going on, guys? My name's David Tomich and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the top 5 laptops that you as a university student or a college student, if you're watching this in America, might need to know about. So as you can see behind me, I've already done my hard yards at university. I've recently completed my Masters in Architecture, so I know what it's like to need a very good, very powerful laptop on the go at all times. Now, I want to preference this video by saying if you are an architecture student, you're going to probably need a desktop that's pretty powerful to get you through those hard yards, not just a laptop. But if you're studying any other discipline that doesn't require very high intensive 3D graphics rendering programs, then you're going to be 100% fine with just a good laptop. So I personally believe when you're purchasing a laptop for university, you want a laptop that's going to last you the full duration of your degree, which is more than likely going to be at least 4 years. You don't want to be swapping and changing laptops every couple of years. Unfortunately, I did have a lot of problems with my laptop at university, so I went through about 8 different laptops in the space of 3 years. Now, that was a huge burden and something I will talk about in another video, but today we're going to talk about the 5 best laptops on the market right now that you might be interested in purchasing in 2019. So at number 5, we have the Dell XPS 13-inch laptop. The reason I've put it at the lowest end of my list today is for the simple fact that Dell computers are built, well, personally speaking, a little bit cheap. So you don't get that premium quality feel that you get with other laptops. So I'm not going to talk about all the specs. I'm going to list them down beside me here so you guys can read them off the screen, because nobody's going to remember everything I say, but you will get a chance to look at that over the next 30 seconds. When we're talking about a laptop for university students, there are only really a couple main things that are important. For me, those major components are battery life, size, and also weight. When you're carrying around your laptop around university campuses all day, you don't want to be carrying a very heavy laptop all day, every day, and straining your back. You don't want to be carrying around your charger and having it to plug it in every single class you go to. And you also don't want a giant laptop to be really flimsy and rackety and, you know, one of those gaming laptops or a studio laptop that's incredibly powerful, but it isn't really needed in a university setting. So with the Dell XPS 13-inch, you get the ideal screen size, which is a 13-inch laptop in a very small compact shell. Starting at the base model, it only weighs 1.23 kilograms, which is a very light package, and it means when you pop it in your bag, you're barely going to feel it. One of the best things about the Dell XPS, besides from the weight, is the fact that it has a 21-hour advertised battery life. Now, this is an advertised battery life. We know that no laptop in the world is going to last 21 hours when you're using it the way you do. In a real life setting, the XPS got about 12.5 hours of battery life, which means if you're a university student going to every single lecture, going to all your tutorials, well, most of my days weren't longer than 12 hours in a classroom, so it was pretty easy to get through the whole day without having to charge your laptop, which is a great bonus. Coming in at number 4 is the Huawei MateBook X Pro. Now, this is a cool computer because it comes in from Huawei. It doesn't come from your Microsoft, your Apple, your Dell, your computer brands like that. They're a niche company that's dominated the market in smartphones, and now they're pushing into the market with some really cool laptop ideas. Given, yes, it looks nearly identical to a MacBook Pro, but hey, that's probably a pretty good win for some people. So for 1,900 Australian dollars, you're gonna get a pretty good deal. So it comes in with a 13.9-inch display, which is completely touchscreen as well. I've got a touchscreen laptop, I don't use it that much, but it is a good feature to have every now and again. You're also going to get a 12.5 hour advertised battery life, which actually comes in at a 10-hour real world battery test. 10 hours is still phenomenal for any university student taking notes, working on Excel or anything of the sorts. If again, you are working with high-end intensive graphics programs, that is going to drain your battery like crazy, and you're probably going to get half of these real world battery estimates that I'm giving you today. So that's something to keep in mind if, for example, you are doing something like I did at university and studying architecture. Number 3 is the Asus ZenBook Pro Duo. Now, if you haven't heard about this computer, it's because it's expensive. And when I say expensive, I mean $5,000+ expensive. But there is a reason for that. The ZenBook Pro comes in with some really cool features. First of all, you have a unique dual screen display. So you're able to maximize your productivity and have additional apps down the bottom and use this to really get your work done productively and effectively. It also comes in with some amazing specs. An i9 processor, 1 terabytes of storage, dedicated graphics, something that you'd usually see in a high-end tower build. The ZenBook Pro also comes with a 14-inch 4K display, and one of the coolest features for a laptop that I haven't seen around lately is fast charging. 50% battery charge in 15 minutes. If you're a university student running out of the house, woken up late, forgot to charge your laptop, frantic, you can literally get out of bed, plug your laptop in, get ready, and by the time you're ready to get out the door, your laptop's at 50% charged and you're going to be able to make it through your whole day again. Now, the reason this comes in at number 3 and not number 1 is for the simple fact it is so expensive. Not many university students are going to be able to go out and afford a $5,000 laptop just for the fact that it's super cool, super productive, and it's going to help you do some interesting things at university. Most of you are going to be sticking around the $1,000, $2,000, $2,500 Australian budget, which means about $1,000 to $2,000 American. But I had to put this computer on the list because, well, I'm a tech guy, this is a tech channel, and it is an awesome computer. Just want to take a quick mid-video break to thank the sponsor of this video, me, my company. So if you don't already know, I own a company called Wire Watches. They're architecturally designed timepieces. Check out the link below and use the code OMGYES to save 50% off your next order. Coming in at number 2 is, well, by no surprise, the MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro has been your cliche university laptop for decades now. And really, it was the number 1 laptop to go to for its battery life. Nobody was able to compete with Apple's battery life in the past, but everybody else is pushing closer and closer, and some even further than Apple now in 2019. So when you have so many choices, why would you still go to an Apple product? Well, like I said, Apple's dominated the market for the past 10 plus years, which means they've done some creative marketing, they've really reeled you in to their Apple ecosystem, and you've probably got an iPhone or an iPad or something from Apple that really works well together. So if you already have an iPhone, my recommendation is always go with a MacBook because things are just so simple and so smooth, and their ecosystem really does work well. The only downside to that is, well, the fact you're trapped in their ecosystem. If you want to get out and change your phone from an iPhone maybe to a Samsung or maybe to a Huawei or a Google, well, it's going to be very difficult for you to leave that ecosystem because all of a sudden your messages aren't going to go to your phone, all your data isn't going to be synced properly, and it's going to be a little bit of a nightmare to get out. Now, for the computer that you've all been waiting for, the number 1 student recommended laptop in 2019, drum roll please, is the Microsoft Surface Laptop 2. Now, this might be a pretty obvious choice. If you've seen my channel already, you know that I'm a Microsoft lover. I love the matte black finish, I love all the features about it, and I love the sleek design, but there's a lot more to it that makes it a perfect choice for a university student. I've had people comment on my channel recently saying that they're going for about $750 US on sale right now all across America, and in Australia they're going for about $1,400 minus 10% if you are a student already. So you can pick them up for relatively cheap. If you're doing a university course that requires simple note-taking, online browsing, and the basic things most people do with a laptop, well, the computer is absolutely perfect for you. And on the other hand, if you're doing a graphics intensive course like I did at university, the top of the range Microsoft Surface 2 is again perfect for everything that you need to do. It doesn't blow the budget, it doesn't break the bank, and I know for a fact it's gonna last you a long time. So there you have it, guys. I haven't bored you with all the specs and details. I've made sure to just give you the top 5 computers that I think you're going to benefit from if you're going to university in 2019 or even starting in 2020. These computers are available right now on the market, and they're going to be the absolute best thing that you can invest in for the next 4 years. A good computer is going to save you a lot of headache and a lot of nightmare. The last thing you want to be doing is stressing about an exam or a final assignment that you've been doing, working really hard for the past 6-8 weeks, and all of a sudden your computer crashes, your hard drive crashes, and you've lost all that data, no way of getting it back, and have to go running to your tutors saying, look, I can't submit, potentially failing your university assignments. That's all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button 2019 style, and as always, I'll see you next Monday.